So, if you want to never lose your car again or your keys again, you need to follow Augustine's golden rule of memory, which means if you want to remember something, you must make a conscious decision to remember it. Here it is. Next time, whenever your keys are outside of your possession, out of your jurisdiction, whenever that happens, think for 1 second, I'm putting my keys wherever you're doing it. Even if it's the same place you always do. Because if you say, oh, well, if it's the same place, I'm not going to think about it, you'll break it. You have to think, but it only takes a second. The next time you park your car, get out of the car and triangulate the car. Meaning, you get out of the car and you can say, I can see the Firestone in front of me and the entrance to the Sears on my left. If you do that, you will stop losing your car. Have you ever been to Disney World or Disneyland or one of those parks, Six Flags, whatever they have close to here? Yes?
Yes. 100 years ago.
100 years ago. Well, that was a carriage before the cars, but even then,
I still don't know.
when you park near a place like that, as soon as you get out of your car, you get in a jitney to take you to the front. And you know the first thing you hear? They go, you are now leaving Goofy number 65. Good. You know why they do that? Because they're tired of people like you people. That at the end of the day, you come and say, I can't find my car. Now, I have to tell you, where I live in Orlando, Florida, that's a big problem. In Epcot, they even have this little golf carts where they put people in the golf cart and start looking for their car. But in where I live, it's tough, because then they say, sir, you can't find your car. No. What are you driving? A car, because most of them are rentals. So you're lucky if they remember the color of the car, right? That's why I believe that the engineers at Disney are the ones responsible for inventing the panic buttons in the cars.
Yes.
Because they were tired of people. They said, let's invent something to find the car, right? So why did you lose it? Because even in spite of their efforts to make you consciously remember, where did you park? You didn't. You didn't make a conscious decision. It's as simple as that. Make a conscious decision to remember it. Now, I've been talking about the conscious mind because we all have an idea of the conscious mind and the other one they call the subconscious mind, right? Believe it or not, people, I actually did go to school. I have a degree in psychology. When I was studying psychology, I was studying learning. So I guess you go and study psychology so you can be a good court interpreter in the United States. Anyhow, when I was studying psychology and learning, one of the things I learned was about this conscious mind, subconscious mind, the sympathetic, the parasympathetic nervous systems. And one of the things I learned was this. The subconscious mind, or the parasympathetic nervous system, is responsible for everything you actually do. I'll say that again. Is responsible for everything you actually do. As in breathing, having a heartbeat, talking, moving, etc. All that is controlled through the spinal cord by the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, on the other hand, doesn't do anything except pondering and then making decisions. So your subconscious mind then follows orders that are either genetically programmed, like your heartbeat, or a decision of the conscious mind. Now, think about that, because that's important. The decision of the conscious mind. Let me give you an example. If you're going to go across the street, what do? You look both ways. You look both ways, right? And as you look, you see a car coming. And you start making decisions. You start making a very amazing, quick job of calculations, right? You calculate the distance between you and the other side of the street. The approximate time that it's going to take you to cross the street, walking or running. The distance from the car to you. The approximate time that the car is going to take to get to your position. And then you make a decision whether you cross or you wait for the car to go by. And if you cross, if you're going to run or walk. You agree?
Yes.
But once you make that decision of crossing, the rest happens automatically.
Yes.
Think about it. You don't have to consciously think. Lift right leg. Advance 45 degrees. Put down. Lift the next one. You don't have to consciously think that. It happens, right? Meaning the parasympathetic got the order and executes the order, right? Well, I tell you what. This is the interesting thing. The subconscious mind will follow orders from the conscious mind, even if they're wrong. Even if they're incorrect calculations. And that has happened to us when we were kids, for instance. Did you ever try to take a jump from one side to the other and you missed? And then you fell on your butt and you hurt yourself? That was a miscalculation for the but the subconscious mind heard jump, okay, right? But that most importantly happened to us in school. When we were young kids and we were going to school, some of us, you had a one of these subjects in school that was tough for you. For me, it was chemistry. Chemistry was tough for me. I think that teacher and I had no chemistry whatsoever. So I found it very difficult, but I would study for chemistry. But when I had exams, I remember thinking, man, there's no way I pass this. I don't get it. But I would study anyhow, and I would go to the test, and when you're in the test, the moment you're taking the test, man, you can't remember your own name. You just don't get it. But you know what's really frustrating? That when you leave the room, what happens? It's all there. So did you forget it? Clearly you didn't forget it because it's all there. But your subconscious mind heard something. There's no way I pass this test. So you didn't. Now you might be thinking, well, yeah, that's great, Augustine, and that has what to do with us? A lot. Because one of the things that in consecutive people are always concerned about is, well, that's too long. And I could almost hear some of you thinking, nobody can remember that. And guess what? You don't. And what's interesting is that people, once you have this idea, you don't remember. And when I ask people, I'll ask you this question. Do you think that if I say 3 words, you can remember them?
Yes.
Yes? 3? How about 5 words?
Yes.
How about 10?
No.
I already have a categoric no. How about 20? 20 people start really freaking out about 20, right? So, but first of all, when I'm a court interpreter, when I hear the answer or the question, it's not like I'm counting, right? I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, stop! No, it's an intuitive 20, isn't it? It's an intuitive 20, but it's about 20. And then after that, I start thinking that's too long, that's too difficult, there's no way I could remember, blah, blah, right? So, but let me ask you a question. Do you know the words to a song? You do? Everybody? You know the words to a song? That's more than 20 words. How about a prayer? You know a prayer? It's usually more than 20 words.
Psalm 91.
Right. How about a poem? Yeah, some of them could be more than 20 words, right?